Beth Castellini with Lizzy Stamps, and I just wanted to show you what comes in this month's, this is January 2026, paper pumpkin. It looks really fun. I love the box. It's sort of a keepsake, so you can see. Really cute. So obviously there's a theme going on here with the flowers. So, and it's pink. Usually they come orange, but this one's pink. So this is obviously for Valentine's Day. I'm going to open it up, and every time that you get a new box, you always have your stamp set. So here's the stamp set right here, and you can see that it's a clear photopolymer. So sending love, you brighten my day just for you. Happy Valentine's. Airmail, there's some hearts, this cute little stamp, another little stamp, and then the flower, okay? And then this month, your stamping spot is going to be Poppy Parade. It's coming in a red tissue paper. It always comes in red tissue paper, and I love that they wrap it in tissue paper. I do save the tissue paper because I think it's nice to use on something else. So here is this month's card kit, special delivery. It tells you January 2026. And you're going to make 9 cards. So the theme basically is like sending your love, but I do love the format. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what's inside. Paper pumpkin is great because you can order just for the month, or you can do a subscription for 3, 6, 9, 12 months. You can always stop at any time. They always give you enough notice that if you don't want the future month, you can always cancel for that month. So, and especially if you're going out of town, and then you can put it on hold, which is so nice. First of all, let's look at the instructions. So always it gives you what's in the kit, and here it tells you also what the coordinating colors are. So if you wanted to use other colors that are in the colorway of this kit, you can. The other thing is that if you wanted to do the add-ons, and so here, this is a die set that actually they've started doing it where it covers 3 months. So for January, February, and March, there'll be kits that coordinate with these dies if you wanted to add on the dies. There's also refill kits if you really like the kit. You can buy refill kits. It comes with everything except for the stamp set and the stamping spot. And I don't think it comes with the adhesives. So you've got glue dots in here and you have tape runner. But I think that's really pretty. I love the beautiful. I think that's so pretty. Okay, so here it is. It shows you. And what's nice is that they give you instructions for each card, okay? So it tells you exactly where to stamp. It tells you where to add the adhesive. So right here is you're going to be using the tape runner that's in the kit. And then you've got right here the little hexagon dots. Those are the dimensionals. So it tells you exactly where to put everything. And then here's the next card. See that? And then the third card. But what I like about it, and I do this a lot, is it tells you what the components are for each card. So if you were going to put them all together and you were going to start with this card first, you could get all the pieces together and make all 3 cards at the same time. Same here. And then, so it tells you exactly, so this one says tape runner, and you're going to be using dimensionals, and it tells you what stamps that you're going to be using for that particular card, and then all of the components, and same with the other 3. All right, so let's see what's inside. Here is your tape runner, and you know that the tape runner, this is really good. It's a tape adhesive glue, 2-sided, and you get quite a bit. And what I mean by tear and tape is you just pull it and tear it and put it on your project. It's actually really nice to have. So there's that. Here you have your mini dimensionals. So, and I like, you're not going to use all of these with the kit, so which is nice, and you can keep these for future use. And then here we've got some beautiful stamped cut images. Very pretty. I love the bubble bath. I love the melon mambo, the garden green, and it looks like mossy meadow with the outline. So those are pretty. And then you get 3 of these. I love the laser cut stamped. And here are the envelopes that coordinate with each card. So you've got your green and you have your pink, and then you have your blues. I'm just loving that wonderful blue combo. So a light, you know, you've got your shades of blue, which are nice. But I love that it's got the little stamped images. All right, so then you have your card fronts. So here are the 3 with the pink. I'll get those in a minute. And then you've got, oh, these are some smaller ones, which is nice. These are smaller. These are like note cards. We do sell the note card in envelopes. So they do offer that. You'll notice that the difference of these, they're just a little bit smaller. Okay. And then you've got these pink as well, the bubble bath pink. Okay. And I love that they're already scored for you. So it's just, all you have to do is just fold it and burnish with your bone folder. All right, these are beautiful laser cut. You'll notice that there's some gold in here, but look how pretty those stamps are. So those are for that third card that I showed you. And here's some other laser cut images. Very pretty. And then here's all of the banners and the circles that you need for your sentiments. And then the last one, this was for, I think, card number 2, is these are all laser cut. So you can punch them all out at one time if you want to, which is nice. But these are nice and delicate, these right here. So, and then this is a good cardboard chipboard that you can keep, but that's what holds everything flat, which is so nice. And then this is the last thing, is you get your stamps. So if you wanted to put them on, you can do that. You can take them and put them right on over the image, and then put them in a plastic bag, or sometimes I use the sleeves that our dies come in. So it's nice to have. So at least you know exactly what you're getting. Let's go ahead, and we might as well make one, right? And see what it's all about. Now, when you get your first paper pumpkin, this is the other thing, is that you receive an acrylic block. And I'm just going to show you what the block looks like. This is the acrylic block that you get. It has the Stampin' Up! Signature on it. And this is just to keep for future use. The majority of the stamps that you receive in the kits will fit this block. Okay. And this is our D block. So this is our block that we sell. And I love this because it's got the ridge sides and it's easy to hold on. And this one does not, but I do like the rounded edges of it. So for those who are just new to stamping, this is a great tool to practice how you stamp and put the stamps onto the acrylic block. So that's just for future use. So I'm going to get my D block. Okay, so we do have various sizes in our acrylic blocks, and these are great, but the D block is probably the most popular. So, and it's easy to, so I've got glue. It's easy to clean up. I just use a, like a wipe, lens cleaner wipe to clean it off to make it all clean. Let's go ahead and let's just make the first card. So for the first card, I know that I'm going to need, now this is the note card, okay? So you're going to get the smaller card front. Here it is right here. So I know I need that piece. And then I know I need the budding flower with the leaves and then the flower. So let's find that. I'm going to be getting this flower. It's a nice size flower. It's very pretty. And then the budding flowers with the leaves. And be careful when you're pulling this out, just FYI. I've done this before, is I'm just like hurrying up to do it, and then I end up tearing it, or bending it. See, I just bent it, but that's all right. So it's very delicate, but I do love that. It's very pretty. Okay, let's see what else we need. We're going to need this small banner tag right here. And then these are the stamps that we'll be using. But I just want to make sure I have all my components. So I'm going to get, and this is the one that you're going to need, is this one. I'm going to put everything to the side so we can get started. All right, so I have all of my components, and then we'll adhere. And then I'm going to use my regular Poppy Parade. What's nice is I keep these for class when I'm using the color for multiple cards. So it's nice to keep on hand, and they do last a long time. And it's nice to have like all the colors in these small spots, and it's great for when you're traveling. So it's great because that box, if you wanted to take it with you to go somewhere, you just add the acrylic block, and then you're on your way and you can make all your cards. So this is, I keep this for later. So I'm going to be using our regular classic stamping pad in the Poppy Parade. All right. Okay. So we've got that, and I have my acrylic block, and I have all of my components to the card, and I'm going to put those to the side. Oh, I forgot one more thing. I forgot the foil. Here it is. I forgot this piece right here. So we need that as well for the card. When I need my coordinating envelope, which is going to be the green, I think. Or you can use any color. But anyway, so you'll have your envelopes there too. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to stamp on this here, and then the circular one that says love, 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 love. All right. And then on the little banner, we're stamping Happy Valentine's Day. So you've got a thin plastic layer, and then you have the hard plastic, which is so nice. If you want to know exactly where you're going to put everything, what I like to do, and I've been doing this with our new stamps that come in the sleeves, is you can just literally outline if you want to. This is what I'm doing. I'm outlining them. So then I know exactly where they go, okay? And this is nice to have, so when you pull it off, then you know exactly where it's going to go back, okay? So I know I need that circle, and I know I need this stamp right here. All right. And then I know I'm going to need Happy Valentine's. So I know the first thing I need to do is stamp. I'm going to be stamping this. So I'm tap, tap, tap. And stamp it right there. Okay. And then the next one is the circle with the love, love, love. And I'm going to be stamping it right here. Okay. Great. And then the Valentine's, Happy Valentine's, and this is going to go on this right here. It's nice it has that line underneath here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It has this nice little bubble bath line, which would be great to help you line up as well. And we're going to put those to the side and clean them off. And we have our stamping chamois though, which is great. You don't want to use baby wipes. So when you're doing this, you definitely want like a chamois or like a pad to help clean it off. But these chamois are great. Even though this looks so dirty, it doesn't matter. It cleans really nicely. Now, the next thing it tells us to do is it tells us to put tear and tape on the back of this image and also our sentiment. and then put in dimensionals on the part right here. All right. I know right here, the tear and tape, I tend to use tear and tape a lot more now. You find the edge of the tear and tape right here. And then I'm going to put it, and you can gauge like exactly where. So I'm going to do that and put it right here. And then I'm going to do the other one and put it right here. Okay. So I know I need that, and I need tear and tape for I need just a little piece to go across the sentiment. And now we're going to put the dimensionals on. All right, so I'm going to turn it over, and it tells me to put 4 dimensionals on the flower, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 onto the budding leaf. So let's go ahead and get our dimensionals. And these are our tiny ones. So I need 4 on this one. All right. And then I need 6 on this one. So I need them all except for putting on that leaf and this little bud. So I'm going to put one there and put one here and there, and on each leaf except for the top one. All right. So there you go. So we put on our adhesives. So for this card, okay, you have this front. This is your card front. And even though you're using the smaller card front, you're going to glue it onto the back. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to go ahead and fold and burnish with my bone folder. And the reason you want to do that, because you want it to lay flat. So if we didn't burnish, it would pop, it still is popping up, but it's nice because it lays flat once you put it together. So then it's telling me, and you'll notice right here, to put tear and tape onto the card front, because this is going to be laid on top, if that makes sense. So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to get the tear and tape, and we're going to put 2 strips on. There we go, like this. And then this is going to be adhered to the front right there, okay? So you can turn this over when you're doing this just to make sure that it's even all the way around. That's the easiest way. So what's nice is now I have my take your pick tool, and I'm using the pointy part. And this is great because we've got our putty at the end to help when we're have embellishments. And then this has a flat spatula if you want to, but this is really nice to use when you're picking up the tear and tape. See how easy that is? It's hard. Sometimes, you know, with fingernails, doesn't really get underneath to pick that off. All right, so now what we're going to do, so we've turned this over. Let me just make sure I'm doing it at the front. Yep, okay. And I'm just going to lay it so that it's even all the way around. There we go. So it's going to open like this. So I think that's a cute idea. Then we're going to add this. Got that. And flip that over, and that's going to be just centered right in here. Just like that. Okay, perfect. And now we're going to add, so it shows you're going to add the budding flowers next and then the flower. So we're going to take all of our tops of our dimensionals off. These are easy to do. You could use your take your pick tool as well to take off the tops if you want to. And then we're going to add it, and it's going to go right about here. Okay, so there you go. I love that layered look. And then now we're going to add the flower, and we're going to put the flower on. See which way it goes. Yeah, I guess it's this way. And we're going to put it right about here. There. So pretty. And then Happy Valentine's Day is going to be just laid flat, okay? Since we already put dimensionals on the flower and the stems, this one will lay flat across right here. Pretty. I like that. Now the inside is plain, all right? But you could, if you wanted to, we could restamp the love, love, love on the inside, or you could stamp the flower that comes with the stamp set. So, but I'm just going to stick the love, love, love right in there again. Okay. And if you wanted to, you could stamp your envelope, but I do like that the pattern. It's really nice. So that's a really fun little card. I like that. I think it's really great. If you decide also that you want to make a couple of the cards, but then you want a different design, there is a Facebook page, a Paper Pumpkin Facebook page, which will give you a lot of people post on there all the alternates of how they made the card different ways. So that's always fun to look at. I tend to make one of each of the cards that came in the kit, and then the other ones I like to use the components to make other cards. So, but that's totally up to you. But what a great idea. I think this is a really sweet set. I'm not going to make all the cards, but I will post on my Facebook page and on Instagram the cards for this kit. So I hope you liked it. I think this is it's fun. It's great for Valentine's Day. And the beauty of it is that you get to make 9 cards. And it's great. So I think the Paper Pumpkin subscription is $21 a month. And it's wonderful because I always get to see what comes in the kit. I never say I don't want the kit. I love the kits. I think it's just a really great idea, especially for those who are new to stamping. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you guys will give it a try. You can go to my website. You can subscribe. If you want to try it out, give it a try. That would be great. And if you decide that you do it and you sign up, I will send you some cards. I would love to send you some cards from past Paper Pumpkins. I hope you guys have a great day and happy stamping.